Hello everyone, welcome back to Auto Anorak. Today is a very special video because we're going to be talking about Stradman's brand new Lamborghini V12. Lamborghini V12s are my favorite type of cars, I'm sure they are for many of you guys. So let's get into this. The Stradman's brand new 40th anniversary Lamborghini Murcielago and 7 things that you probably didn't know about this car. So firstly, the most noticeable thing about this car from the get-go is that paint. The paint color is called Verde Artemis, which is basically like a pearl jade green. This is a triple layer color, so just like those triple layer Ferraris that you see, except in this weird blue-green sort of, jade color, as we said. This is one of the most spectacular Lamborghini colors that exists anywhere in the world, and I believe that this was the very first car to have that color. Along with the paint job on the body of the car itself, this car also got grey anthracite wheels, which just complement this color so perfectly, and silver brake calipers, which are my favorite type of color for brake calipers. You just can't beat them. Red is overplayed, yellow is also becoming overplayed, silver is just classy. The second cool feature about this car is more unique to Stradman and his situation himself. It's the fact that Stradman already has the 1/12 scale model for this car by Auto Art. That model in itself is still too much for even me to afford. I think they're about £600, so yeah, you're looking at about $800 for one of these models. An absolutely intricate piece of automotive memorabilia to have, and it's so funny, he spent so much time looking at the model car that he was like, right, I gotta get the real thing now. And what a cool pair those two are. I think I put them in the thumbnail. And number 3 is one that you probably could have guessed. It's the fact that the 40th anniversary Lamborghini Murcielago comes with an awful lot of things that remind you that you're driving a 40th anniversary Lamborghini Murcielago. For starters, the logos on the Lamborghini wheels, like the center caps themselves, were completely different on this car. They started a new trend for Lamborghini going into the 21st century. There's various 40th anniversary plaques near kind of, I think, the doors of the car, and there's also a 1 of 50 40th anniversary plaque that I think resides where the back window is. And of course, yeah, as I said, this is a 1 of 50 car, an incredibly rare car from Lamborghini. And there's also a limited edition 40th anniversary thing embossed in the car's floor mats. Number 4, this is a gated manual transmission car. That is obviously something very elusive today that many people are looking for. However, what's pretty cool is that since this was a 2003 car, pretty much all of the Murcielagos back then were manuals. You couldn't actually get an e-gear transmission one. This is something that changed after 2003, but yeah, all the pre-2004 Lamborghini Murcielagos had manual transmissions, which is awesome. And now number 5 is where things actually get kind of interesting. This is one that I didn't expect. The Lamborghini Murcielago 40th Anniversary Edition has a completely newly designed exhaust system. This is not something that I was expecting. Now, I actually haven't heard the difference between the standard Murcielago and the 40th Anniversary Edition yet, so I'm gonna get that up on the phone and we'll see if there's much of a difference. Nah, that definitely has exhaust. This is the issue with Lamborghini owners. They all want their cars to be as loud as possible, so it's been very difficult to actually find any footage of a stock Murcielago exhaust, but I'm sure it sounded a little bit better. Next is something that I find really cool about this car, especially when you compare it to things like the Pirelli Edition, which was basically the same car except it had Pirelli Edition badges and a Pirelli Edition paint job. This car had carbon fiber options that you could not get on a standard Murcielago. So I'll show you actually. So this area in the Murcielago, you can see where the fuel cap is. Just behind the driver's window is actually something called the Colette part of the car. Anyway, on the 40th anniversary edition Lamborghini Murcielago, you could get that in carbon fiber, which looks really good, and a whole host of other little bits of carbon fiber in and around the car. So that was point number 6. Point number 7 is all about this car's interior. This was actually a lot more different than I was expecting, although it doesn't necessarily matter as much now that we're into the 2020s. You'll see what I mean. So one of the things that still is cool is the fact that this was a dual tone interior. So the driver's side was more more like a bit of a grey colour, and then the passenger side was kind of like a nice smooth black leather. This creates a really cool contrast in this interior and emphasises the driver focused nature of this car. Additionally, in the interior you had like a fold out TV that doubled as a backup camera. Remember, this is 2003, really early noughties. This was actually kind of groundbreaking tech, at least for a Lamborghini at the time. And you also had GPS navigation and a CD player. Crazy, I know, but for a Lamborghini, this is quite spectacular. Especially, I mean, you gotta remember, I think Lamborghini only introduced cruise control in 2015 in their cars. Or was it 2016? Either way, that's not good. So Lamborghini's tech is sometimes not on the best side, but they always make up for it with sound and pantomime. And a little couple bonus facts about this car. You got a special little 40th anniversary certificate with this thing, which, I mean, that's worth the $300,000 in of itself. And you even got a limited edition 1 of 50 set of luggage for the car, like a little carbon fiber suitcase that I think was signed by some of the people from the Lamborghini factory. These upgrades that the 40th anniversary brought put the price up of the Murcielago by about $20,000-$30,000, which obviously that's a lot of money. You probably could have bought like a new MX-5 at the time for that much money, but for what you're getting in the supercar world, actually a pretty decent set of upgrades. And you've got to admit, there's a few things like the Verde Artemis paintwork in this car that make it worth that money alone. Let's not forget that getting a matte black paint job on an Aventador costs about £18,000-20,000. So paying that amount of money for all of these exclusive upgrades really wasn't too bad back in the day, and I think we can all agree that Stradman has made an amazing purchase. I cannot wait to see this car on the channel in the next coming months and see what he does to it. So let me know if you guys are hyped down below in the comments on Stradman's new Lamborghini. But for now, that is the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to have you on the channel, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, everybody.